Higgsfield AI. I just dropped Soul 2.0, and I'm going to be real with you. This thing just humiliated every AI image generator I've ever used. I'm talking about Midjourney, Gemini, DALL-E, all of them. Because here's the problem with every other tool right now. They give you images that look like AI images. You could never post that to a brand page. Higgsfield Soul 2.0 is different. These images come out looking like they were shot by a creative director. We're talking editorial lighting, real fashion sense, outfits that actually make sense together, like something you'd see in a Vogue lookbook or a high-end brand campaign. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use this tool step by step so you can get these results yourself. Let's get into it. I'll leave the link to Higgsfield down in the description. Or you can just type Higgsfield AI into your browser and you'll land right on the home page. Now, when you get here, the first thing you're going to notice is that this is not just an image generator. Higgsfield is a full creative platform. You've got tools for images, video, editing, character creation. They even have contests where you can submit your work and win prizes. So there's a lot going on here. Up at the top, you'll see the navigation, image, video, edit, character, contests, and a bunch more, but we're not going to go through all of that today. Today, we're focused on one thing, Soul 2.0, which is Higgsfield's own image model. That's where the magic is. Now, to get to Soul 2.0, you've got two options. You can either click the banner right here on the home page, or you can go into the image section and select it from there. I'm just going to click the banner and jump straight in. Alright, so now we're inside the Soul 2.0 workspace. Very clean, very minimal, nothing overwhelming. Down at the bottom, you've got your prompt box. This is where you describe what you want to see. So, let me paste in my prompt. For this one, I'm going for a fashion model. A young man in his early 20s, dark complexion with blue eyes. I'm not just going for realism here. I want the styling to feel intentional and controlled. Now, before we generate, we need to pick a model. And this is something cool about Higgsfield. You're not locked into one model. You've got options like Sea Dream 4.5, Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana Unlimited, GPT Image 1.5, and a few others. But since this video is all about Soul 2.0, that's what we're going with. This is the model that was specifically built for fashion-forward, culturally aware visuals. Alright, now let's set things up. For aspect ratio, I'm going with 16:9 on this one. Resolution, you can push it all the way up to 2K, which is more than enough for sharp, high-quality outputs. So I'll go with 2K. There's also a prompt enhance toggle here. If your prompt is a bit rough or vague, you can turn this on and it'll clean it up for you. Let me turn it on. And then batch size. This is just how many images you want it to generate at once. I'll leave it as it is. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Style and character presets. Let's start with style. When you open the preset panel, you'll see three categories: mood, styles, and camera. Under mood, you've got things like Asian nostalgia, double exposure, Mystic City, swag era, siren. These are all curated aesthetic directions that completely change the vibe of your image. Under styles, you'll find presets like warm ambient, Y2K street, subtle flash, theatrical light, flash editorial. So this is more about lighting and tone. And then under camera presets, you've got options like retro black and white, Y2K studio, street photography, digital camera, and old smartphone. These change the visual medium itself, so it feels like the image was actually taken on that type of camera. For this example, I'm going with street photography. I want that street vibe with a slightly raw feel. So I'll click Use Preset, and you can see it's now applied. Now, let's talk about one of the most important features here, character consistency. If you want the same person showing up across multiple images looking like the same person every time, this is where Soul 2.0 really separates itself. So I'll click on Create Character. If you've already trained one before, you can just select it from here. If not, you can create a new one from scratch. Now, for the best results, they recommend uploading at least 20 photos from different angles. That gives the model enough data to learn facial structure, how light hits the face differently, different expressions. All of that helps with stronger consistency. For this demo though, I'm just uploading 2 images of my character. It's not going to be perfect training, but it's enough to show you how it works. After uploading, I'll give the character a name. Let's call him Mike. Then I'll click Create. It's going to process for a bit. Once it's ready, we can use it directly in our generation. Alright, character creation is done, so I'll select Mike and hit Generate. Okay, look at these outputs. The detail is sharp, the lighting feels natural, and the character consistency is actually holding up really well. Keep in mind this was trained on just 2 images, but the facial structure, the expressions, the overall feel, it all stays aligned across the board. Now, when you hover over any of the generated images, you'll see a few quick options pop up: multi-shot, animate, and reference image. These are handy if you want to quickly expand from a single frame into something bigger. But if you click into the image itself, that's where you get full control. You can upscale it for higher resolution, you can enhance it for extra refinement, you can relight the entire scene, which completely shifts the mood. There's in-painting if you want to edit specific areas of the image, and then there's one of my favorite features, angles. When I click on angles, I can regenerate the same character in the same setup, but from a completely different camera perspective. Close-ups, side profiles, wider framing, it's like reshooting the same scene, but just moving the camera. And there's even an option to automatically generate from 12 of the best angles at once. So let's click that and let it run. All right, it's done. And look at this, the character stays consistent across every single angle. The lighting adjusts naturally, the framing changes, but the identity holds. This is huge if you're building out a sequence, a brand shoot, storyboard frames, anything where you need one character looking the same across multiple shots. And on top of all that, you can animate your character, apply different relighting across variations, or use these outputs as structured assets for bigger projects.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So that's Higgsfield Soul 2.0. No complicated setup, no overwhelming interface, just a clean workflow where you describe what you want and then refine it with real creative control. Angles, lighting, style, consistency. What I personally like about this tool is that it doesn't feel like you're fighting it. It feels like a collaboration. You guide it, you adjust it, you build on top of what it gives you. If you're someone who's experimenting with AI visuals, whether that's thumbnails, storytelling, fashion concepts, short films, this is definitely worth trying out. The link is down in the description and comments below. Go test it, push it to its limits, and let me know in the comments what you end up creating. I'll catch you in the next one.